lovelies, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, I'm Mary. I give you guys an extra warm welcome. I would love it if you stayed for a while, grabbed a snack, click the subscribe button. I would love to have you. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. I appreciate you more than you know. So today's video, I am doing a little collab with my friend Haley. I did talk about her whenever Bloodlust from Jeffree Star Cosmetics was released. I met her waiting in line to purchase that palette. It's actually pretty funny because we both no longer support Jeffree Star Cosmetics, but we still keep in touch. We text, you know. I watch her channel, she supports my channel, so yeah, a friendship developed from that. And I sent her a message, and I thought it would be fun if she picked a quick little Halloween face makeup that could be done super quick for like a last minute Halloween costume, and then I do the same for her. So it's a little collaboration Halloween edition, and I'm super pumped to get it done and show you guys what she picked for me. Without further ado, let's get started. All right, so she did send me 2 pictures. I'll go ahead and post them somewhere on the screen. The first look, she told me she liked the eye makeup and the lips. To me, this kind of reminds me of like a Black Widow. That's the vibes I'm getting from this look. And the second look, it's like a vampy, scary goth thing. She thought the effects on the eyes was pretty cool, and that's why she sent me this picture. So I think I'm going to go off of this picture and try and not recreate, but do my own version of it. Face is already primed. You guys already know that I always prime my face. I am going to go in with a lighter foundation because in the picture it does seem like she is very pale. So I'm going to be very pale as well. I'm using the Physicians Formula Healthy Foundation. This is a foundation that is too light for me. That's why I'm using it. Whatever you have will work just fine. You don't have to use this specific foundation. So this definitely reminds me of like a vampy goth person. I do have a very like icy blonde wig that I'll be adding at the end once I complete the look. I think it'll definitely help. I don't have any like chains or like gothic looking jewelry, so I think it'll just have to do with the wig. And I'll go ahead and link her channel down below so that you can check out the look that I picked out for her. All right, I went ahead and added just a tiny bit of concealer, and I used one that is way too light. I usually mix it with a darker color. I also went ahead and set my face. Even though most translucent powders kind of do have some sort of tint to them, I just made sure that I used one of my setting powders where the powder just looked white, you know? But I went ahead and set the rest of my face. So as you can tell, my face definitely looks lighter than my neck. I'm not going to worry about my neck too much. I feel like with the wig it should be fine, but if you really want to make your neck lighter, you can. If you ever want to make yourself look more ghostly, you don't have to use like a white paint or like I have white concealer. Like, you don't have to use white on your face. If you just use like a shade that is, you know, a couple of shades lighter than your normal skin tone, then that should work just fine. For this picture, it looks like the main colors are black and tones of red. So I will be using 2 palettes. I will be using one of my palettes that is by He Who Shall Not Be Named on my channel, and it has all the tones of reds that you can think of. And I'll be using the Sultry Anastasia Beverly Hills palette because this one has a black shade in it, which I'll be needing. It doesn't look like she has much going on on her eyebrows, and for like the cheekbones, it does look like she's using maybe tones of gray, so I'll have to pick a gray tone that I have on one of my palettes. This one has a gray, so I'll go ahead and use that to like do a little bit of like contouring of the cheek. Basically, you want to look as ghostly as possible. I guess in the picture she does look more white than anything, but I didn't want to do white, so that's why I went with this. Okay, I'm actually going to start with the eyes. In order for black eyeshadow not to crease, I like to start off with a liner and kind of just cover my lid with a liner so that the black eyeshadow has a sticky base to go on top of. I already primed my lids, and kind of just fill in your whole lid, and then you can just blend it with a brush. Make sure that it's a pretty creamy liner. You definitely don't want to tug at your eyelids, and it definitely looks like it's mostly just the lid where the black is at. So I'm going to do it on both sides, and I don't have gel liner, or else I would use gel liner, but if you have gel liner, then use it. Liquid liner would not work. It has to be something that's going to leave like a sticky base for your black shadow to stick to. Alright, so now what I'm just doing is I'm picking up a brush, or I picked up a brush, like a flat packer brush, and I'm blending the eyeliner. Kind of look like that character from The Ring. That Asian character, oh my gosh. Don't worry, you guys, this is going to come together in the end. I promise. I think I say that quite a bit on my channel, but really, don't worry guys. It's going to come together, and that is my child screaming. Okay, now this is not going to look exactly like the picture. My face is different than that of the picture she shared. It's just gonna look different. Now I'm going to pick up the black shade from the Anastasia Beverly Hills Sultry palette, and I'm using the same brush that I used to blend out the liner, and I'm just going to basically set this liner and maybe smoke it out just a tiny bit more. Once I start adding the red and start blending, it'll look much more put together. But you see like how black that looks? You can definitely get the same effect from just the shadow, but at least for my lids specifically, I feel like if I don't put the liner first, like a cream base that's dark, like a black liner, I get creasing on my eyelids. And that's why I don't like doing smoky eyes, because I have to do a layer of liner and then I have to do the shadow on top, and it's a pain in the ass, I'm not gonna lie. But that's because my lids are so oily. I definitely think we are getting there as far as the goth part. Right? Okay, now I am going to dip into a red. It looks like it's red, what I have to use. So that's what I'm going to dip into, and I'll show you a swatch of the red I'm using. Ignore the eye. That is a fake tattoo. I got some for my daughter, and she wanted me to put one earlier and then put one on her, so that's why I have. But that's the shade of red, so it's pretty red. And I'm just going to focus this on the outside, and I'm just going to get the black and the red blended together. probably end up adding more black, but for now I just want to get the red in there. This is the little Anastasia Beverly Hills brush that comes in her little like palettes. When it comes to like Halloween makeup, I don't like using like my really good brushes, so that's why I'm using this one. And don't be afraid to like mix around your reds. Like if you don't like how it's looking with whatever red you are using, add another one. Different shades of red, all it does is add dimension to whatever look you're doing. Different shades of any shade adds dimension. I think once I have the wig on and everything's done, it's just going to look much more put together, you know? Right now I'm going to dip back into the black and add a little bit more of that. And then I'm going to blend out the edges of the red. I'm not liking how it's looking. I definitely feel like this needs a little more black. I never went through a goth phase, so I never wore makeup like this. But in my high school, there was that clique where there was a group that did wear makeup like this. Did you guys have cliques in your high school? I feel like everyone did. Alright, so all I did was pick up a big fluffy brush and like a shadow that was skin toned, and I just went around the edges of the red, got it blended out so that it looked more seamless. I definitely think that worked pretty well. Now what we're going to do is try and contour just a little bit, and I'm going to use the gray in this palette. I do have a palette that is like on the gray black scale of things, but it's also by He Who Shall Not Be Named, so we're going to avoid using that one since we're already using another one. But I think this gray should work. I am just going to, you can't really see any, I mean you can, but it's not like a lot. So I'm just going to contour my face like if I'm using my regular. And I am going a little bit lower with my contour than I normally would, just because we're trying to make this a little spooky and make me look like, you know, sunken in almost. I wish this gray was blending out a little better, but I mean, I think it's doing the trick. I do see that she has a tiny bit of gray contour on her nose. Not a whole lot, but just a tiny bit. And also on her forehead. So I'll do that as well. I definitely feel like I'm looking deadly right now for sure. Like this gray contour is definitely helping out quite a bit. Okay, I definitely feel like I got the effect I kind of wanted. It does not look exactly like the picture, but that's okay. I did do a little bit of gray here. I just feel like it's accentuated on her. All right, now I'm going to do the lips, and then we'll move on to like the little vein detail that she has under her eyes and under her lips. Black outline and then red in the middle. Her mouth, so I'm not gonna do anything crazy. But she does have like this coming out. A line like this. This totally does the goth vibes, hands down, almost like the Crow. I'm going to use Lunar Beauty. This is from the Moonspell collection, and this is in the color Witch Bitch, which is like a very true like witch red color. So I think it's definitely perfect for this. Wouldn't you guys agree? I'm cleaning it off because it's getting black on it, and I really want that true red to stand out and not just blend into the black, you know? And then I'll go ahead and shade the black more, but I for sure want the red to make sure it stands out and it doesn't just fade away with the black, you know, and turn like to a burgundy, because you can definitely see red on her lips for sure. All right, so now I'm going to add the little vein effect, and I don't have a fine point to do it with like a pencil, so I'm going to use this little brush. I am going to wet it, and then I'm going to dip into the black and whatever red I decide to use, and I'll see if that works. I'm hoping it does, but we shall see. By the way, I'm looking at the picture throughout this whole video. I have to, for reference. So it looks like it just goes down, you know? Okay, so that's working pretty well. Perfect. Perfect. It's actually working pretty good. Okay, so I'll do the same with the red, and it should make like the same effect. This is actually working pretty well. Better than I expected. What do you guys think? Oh yeah. Okay, so I think I'm going to make the black a little bit lower. I just feel like in her picture it's a little bit lower, so I'm making it a tiny bit lower. Alright, so now I am going to do the vein thing, but with the red shade. I went ahead and cleaned that brush off, so now I'm going to spray it and do the same thing. I'm just going to use the same red I've been using. Hopefully it'll work the same way. I think I'm going a little excessive with the veins, but I don't mind. I mean, it doesn't have to look just like the picture. It's my own version of it, so I don't mind. Okay, I think that's good. Alright guys, so I did feel like my brows were not dark enough, so I did go ahead and, that is my child, by the way. I did go ahead and color them black. It's not gonna matter anyways, since I'm going to have the wig on, so it doesn't need to match my hair really. Now the only part that I see that's left is the blood, and I do have this fake blood gel thing that I bought. Man, I don't even know how long ago. Over a year ago, for sure last year I think. It's very sticky and say yuck. So the only part I see left is the blood under the mouth, so I'm just going to use that same brush. I'm just going to just looks like she has it dragging down, like there's no actual pattern to it. Honestly, when it comes to like Halloween makeup, the less precise you are, the better. This is not the best quality blood. They definitely have other more amazing options, but this is the one that I went with when I bought this, and I honestly just don't care, so I think that'll do it. Okay, let me get the wig on and we'll see the final look. All right, you guys, and this is it. This is the wig I've got. I'll put the picture somewhere on the screen. So it does not look exactly like the picture, but it's still a pretty vampy goth look, right? Don't you guys think? The blood on my lower lips definitely looks a lot better than I thought it would. The little vein effect I definitely really like. I think it came out good. What do you think? I mean, for something quick, super easy, and if you have red eyeshadows, a black liner, a black eyeshadow, and a red lipstick and fake blood, super easy. It doesn't look in the picture like she has any like lashes on, so all I did was I put a little bit of mascara and that's it. This is my quick Halloween look that Haley picked for me. The wig is kind of just sitting on my head. I didn't even really adjust it correctly, but I kind of wanted you guys just to see the full, you know, like with the wig. But yeah, what do you guys think? I had fun creating this. It was definitely a Halloween look that I would have never picked. If you really want to take this like up a notch, you could wear like fake vampire fangs. That would be super cool. Yeah, I love it. I think it came out pretty good. Why don't you guys let me know down below, what do you think? I definitely feel like it came out pretty good. Thank you, Haley. I hope I did you proud. And I just remembered that I forgot to put my little Halloween. I had like some black mesh looking wallpaper thing and a chain the last Halloween look I did, and I totally forgot to do that this time. Next Halloween look I will. There will definitely be another one that I'll be putting up before the end of the week, since Halloween is this Saturday. So for sure look out for that. I know I said I was going to post this at the end of last week, but I did not. That did not happen. But it's here. It's here, and I think it came out pretty good. Alright guys, well, I hope you loved this video. Thank you so much, Haley, for collaborating with me. I hope you had fun creating your look. I definitely had fun creating this look, which I never would have picked, honestly. So go ahead and make sure and check out her channel so you can see what look I picked for her. And if you are one of Haley's viewers or subscribers, thank you so much for coming to my channel so you could see what look she picked for me. I welcome you guys with open arms and invite you to stay. Well, I'm really giving you guys an update on my pregnancy. I know for sure the gender of the babies. I can dedicate a video just to it. Maybe I can do like one blue eye, one pink eye, and then at the end you guys guess, I guess, on the comments, and then right before the end of the video I can tell you. If you like that idea, let me know and I'll definitely get it done. But yes, I know what the babies are and I'm so excited. I'll post a video up here of an update on my baby bump. That way you guys can see. Yeah. According to the last ultrasound I got, My due date is March 22nd and not March 11th like my OB told me. So the specialist said that the babies are measuring more towards the March 22nd, March 23rd due date that I had given my OB when they asked me when my last period was. So if that is correct, then I just turned 19 weeks, or I'm turning 19 weeks tomorrow. I'm not 100% sure. All I know is that I'm halfway there and I can't wait for these babies to get here. And yeah, thank you guys for being here. I love sharing and creating videos for you guys. I really do. Alright guys, well, I would love it if you gave this video a big ol' thumbs up, and if you haven't done so already, I would love it if you joined my small YouTube family. If you got to the end and you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Just click that subscribe button. I would love to have you, and I will see you guys on the next video. Bye.